What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Reality Pill. Today we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Ms. Jones, go ahead.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Um, so just to be honest, I hear everything that you're saying,
Mhm.
but what is the solution
Okay,
for
so
women
first
that
of
are
all, let's do this. How old are you?
I turned 32.
Okay. Um, do you want to be married?
I do want to be married.
All right. So my question is, you're gonna ask me what's the solution. Why do ladies
Mhm.
always want to come ask me for a solution for them?
I think that it seems like you're coming off as the expert, so therefore.
Coming off as the expert. So your terrible situations, you are now reflecting on him, wanting answers from him, because he comes off as the expert, but you got yourself in a bad position, I'm assuming, right? Because that's why she's calling in. She needs advice.
We would like to know
Yeah,
your
and the solution. Okay, no. Well, honestly, you want the dead honest truth? Solutions cost money.
Okay. How
Want
much
solu-
money?
Well, go to my website and book a session like Bianca did. Because if you're good for something, if you're good at something, you don't do it for free.
I do
You don't give
understand that.
you don't do individualized sessions. And see, here's the solution is shed light on this problem so women don't get into this situation. That's the solution for the general audience. So let's take
Okay.
it this way. You're 32.
Yes.
What's your longest relationship?
4.5 years.
How long ago was that?
This past February.
February 2020?
Yeah.
Why didn't you guys get married?
He wanted to, but he's simply will not mature. It lacks ambition, and we have too much
Do you have any children?
emotional history.
You have any
Yeah,
children?
we have one son. He is
One,
he
one
just turned
child
2.
turned
Hmm.
2. So you were having sex and reproduced the child with a man who's immature, and yet, and then you want to take that out onto the market and get someone to marry.
Well, I don't have a problem with getting people that are interested in me long term.
No. Understand something.
However,
Listen, no.
yeah, I would like to
Listen,
get married.
my content is I don't see the whole dealing with. We keep score over here by marriages. Because
Okay.
yes, I know women don't have problems getting somebody to deal with them, date them, deal with them long term. It's marriage or not.
Okay.
And what it
Well, I'm
comes
in
down
line,
to,
so I haven't been.
what it comes down to is you were with somebody for 4 years that you said was immature, but yet you chose to be sexually active with them and chose to bring a child into the world. Why would a man want to have you as a wife and deal with an immature baby daddy? And volunteer to be a stepfather for a child that's not an asset to him.
Um, somebody that meets me or my son would see value in me as a person.
Well, if
I know
that's the
that you're, I know
if
that
that's
you
the
wanted
no, if
to
that's
talk about
no, man. If
value.
that's the case, if somebody that meets you would see value, I'm asking you, so you should be able to tell me the value.
What's my value?
No. So what? See, you ladies like yourself like to do this. Like to do this. Well, when
No,
somebody
I'm trying to
meets me,
misunderstand.
listen. Ladies like yourself would like to frame it this way: when you meet me, you'll see my value. Well, you have to be able to communicate that value too, because everyone can't meet you. And at
Right.
32 years old, you should know the value you bring to a man, especially if you expect him to
Absolutely.
be a stepfather to your child and deal with a man who's a child's father who's not mature.
Absolutely.
Do you
And
want to
I
have
do
more
know my
children?
value. I'm sorry.
Do you want to have more children?
I do. I want a big family.
Or how
As
many
many
kids you
as
want
I
to
can
have?
afford.
How many kids do you want to have?
I mean, as many as I can afford.
Okay, as many as you can afford. What do you do for a living?
I'm a realtor.
Okay. About how many kids would you like to have since you already have one?
I would like to have like 4 more.
Four more, so a family of five. What state?
I'm in Atlanta.
Okay. So, what would a man need to make to fund a family of 5 children, a wife, and himself? So, a family of 7. How much would a man need to make to provide for a middle class, upper middle class life?
I would think combined income maybe around 380
Excuse me?
in order for us to travel and everything else. The way
380
I like
in Atlanta.
This is so funny. This woman has no idea what it's going to take. Quite frankly, she doesn't really care about anything to deal with the numbers or the math. She just wants these things to happen. Crazy. And the part about not being able to meet everyone so everyone doesn't know your value was spot on. And she can agree to that. Everyone can meet you. You want someone to just take a glance at you and see value in you. What? He hasn't spoken to you. You've just put on clothes and probably put on makeup and jewelry, and then you assume he's supposed to know the value in you. That doesn't even make sense.
travel,
Atlanta?
the way I like to travel.
380. No, you're talking closer to 5. 3 children is about 350.
Okay.
I'm talking closer to 5. And do you plan on, obviously, I guess you plan on working after you're pregnant?
I wouldn't mind working. I like working.
No. Let me ask the question. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
I don't necessarily want to have to, but I
Okay.
wouldn't mind.
So I need, no. I just want to know what you want. And the first thing that came out of your mouth is you don't want to have to work and you want 5 kids. So even if you stair step these kids, if you start having children, that means you'd be out of work for at least 7, 8 years. What do you care if your husband's black, white, Hispanic, or other? You care if he's black?
It doesn't matter.
Is your child's father black?
He is black. Most of my exes are actually Asian.
Well, but you made a black child, so that's likely going to be who the next father is going to be because men tend to be pretty racial loyal and not wanting to have kids that don't look like them.
I understand that. And I would like for my son to have a black role model. I mean, his
Uh,
dad is out of state, but
so,
we have a
ma'am, why would it? So this is the Rubik's cube you've given me. A woman who wants a man who's making about the $500,000 a year, the money to be able to afford a wife and 5 children, one whom is not his own. That's what you would like. But yet, when you were younger, hotter, still in shape, and no children, you chose a guy who wouldn't even have a job.
doesn't have a job. I didn't say that.
You said he wouldn't keep a job.
No, I didn't say that. That's the wrong person. I didn't say that.
What did you
I
say?
said that he was a little. I said he was not maturing.
I'm sorry.
And
You
being
said
as
he's
ambitious
immature.
as
He was immature. I'm
wasn't
sorry. He
being
was
as
immature.
ambitious as I needed him
Okay,
to
he
be.
wasn't as ambitious, but okay. I'm sorry. Scratch that. He wasn't ambitious, but you still made a baby with him voluntarily.
Exactly. And then they often I don't know why women think this is going to do something. Because you try to downplay the man, it only makes you look worse because then another man hearing this is going to say, if he was a bum, he treated you like garbage. He, he didn't listen to you. He didn't care about you, and you still followed him, and you gave him a baby. Who's the fool? They often try to sit there and down talk and downplay the baby daddy or the man they were with, like that's going to make us look at it like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that guy was bad. He was terrible. He was trash. That's not how we look at it. In all reality, we're looking at it like, okay, well, he was able to get all these things about you, and he was able to have you for multiple years. So why would you be with a person that is absolutely horrible, treated you like trash, and you had his baby and stood with him for 5 years? That's how we look at it. Not the way you're trying to paint it, trying to make it seem like we're going to agree with you by calling this man bad or trash. You stood with that and you procreated with that.
See, what you ladies don't seem to understand is you want to ask for more from the next guy than you did for the guy who got you when you were younger and hadn't had any children. And it's unreasonable. And what percentage of men in this country earn $500,000 or more?
As far as I know, I think it's about 8%. Or I'm sorry, 500,000, 1%.
Right. And I need you to be brutally honest with yourself. Are you a 1% kind of woman?
No, I'm not in the top 1% at all. But I didn't ask for that. You kind of gave me those numbers. I didn't
Well,
ask for
no,
that.
I asked you what you wanted. You said you wouldn't want to have to work and you want a big family. So whether you want to have $500,000 guy, what we do know is a $50,000 a year guy, which is middle of the road, won't do for a family of 5. That's what we do know.
So my question is, I mean, we
So
listening to your channel,
go ahead.
listening to your channel, we are always told that single moms are pretty much dead and done, and here we're talking about age, and now I'm at the older or the elder part of my age range. And so it's more so like, okay, what is it that you think we should be doing, not as a single mother, but just as an older woman to secure a marriage, not necessarily.
Okay. I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question.
Okay.
And by the way, how tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Dress size?
6.
Okay. What women should do is marry before they have a child. Because this is what happens. You are too old, too many miles to be demanding high prices. What women in your position should do is be fortunate to lower your expectations down to your level. A man that's on your level and your
but
income.
I didn't give you a level.
Excuse me?
I didn't give you a level. You kind of created the level. I never told you a level.
Well, I would tell you, okay, what would you like, do this? Your dress size 6. Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10?
I guess I would be in that 6 range that you talk about.
And your level would be a man making about $50,000 or $60,000. That's your level. I don't need you to give me a level. That's your level. That's who did your child's father make more than that?
He was making 80.
All right, but he was immature.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to your level. You can't get higher than your level. And you want so the reality is, so what would I tell a woman like yourself? Ma'am, you're too old to be wanting 5 kids. You're lucky if you find a guy who's willing to marry you and be a stepfather to a child, period. Because being a stepfather, which I have been one, is a thankless job. Much less to a stepfather to a guy that, by your own admission, is not the caliber of a man you even wanted to marry. So I have to deal with a child and this guy, and it's a son. You have a son?
Yes, I do.
Right.
And he's with his dad half the time, and he's with me half the time. So
this is why women should marry your child's father and don't make babies with a man you're not going to be with for the rest of your life. Really, that's the answer. Because anything after this is trying to make the best of a bad situation. And I know it's not popular. And I know people don't like the way it sounds. But the older you get, the more women tend to want. You tend to want men who are earning more, doing more, to be able to provide more because your standards are higher because of lived experience. But your value is lower. You cannot get more in the main. Yes, there are women out there who can do it like Sierra and all these other kind of stuff. But in the main, the majority of women cannot. And the problem is most of you ladies look at your chances on the market as far too high. I mean, would you marry a man uh, who's making $45,000 a year? Why is this big pause?
I mean, close to it, sure. If he had ambition,
No. See, there's always an add-on when I ask these questions. I
I'm
said making
working
$45,000 a year. He's happy making $45,000 a year. He's gonna make $45,000 a year.
I
He's not
couldn't
trying
be
to be
satisfied with
president.
that.
Excuse me.
No, I couldn't be satisfied with that type of
Well,
complacency.
then you screwed yourself. Listen to
So
what
you
this is.
Complacency. A man is earning a respectable income. Not only just a respectable income, a legal income. And he's not doing it below the average of what people are doing. He's doing on par with the average person. And she says that's complacency. French toast.
Listen. This is what the video I'm about to upload, and this happens over and over. Every time I ask, the average black man is single. 51% of black men are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. The average black man in this country earns $42,000 a year, $41,000 a year. The average white man earns 52. There's an $11,000 difference between black and white men. You're not going. So most men earn around $50,000. And what you just said is fully half of the country of men of all races are insufficient to a woman who's older with a child. That's insane.
I'm okay with 50,000 if he has desires to make more.
No, you're still, and this is in
Okay,
womanese,
right.
and womanese. What this means is I can get him to make more. That's womanese. What she's saying is, I will take it as a starting point, but I'm going to continue to push you to try to become more. And no, ma'am, most people cannot make more. That's the median income. And this is the you asked for a solution. I said the solution is to lower your expectations down to reality, because so many of you ladies are just insane with this. Why do you need, if half of the men in the country are earning that, why do you feel like you need more and you're bringing somebody else's kid to him?
I just, I invest in things and I
Well,
just would like to
congratulations, but you don't have a
my
husband. So it doesn't
investment
matter.
process.
You don't have a husband and you don't have any prospects for a husband on this level. You guys can talk a good game, but at the end of the day, men choose. And I understand this is a hard thing for you ladies to get, but ma'am, this is insane. Me. And what you have yet to say is what you're going to even bring to the table to provide for that man who'd be willing to marry you and be a stepfather. It's all you. You. That's not a wife.
I don't think I said anything about myself or any of
Okay.
that.
The tape is here,
But
man. No, you talked about everything has been about what you want. Why you want? Why do you want this? Why I invest? I do this. What is he going to get from you?
he will get love, peace, a helpmate. He'll get someone that is genuine and sincere, someone that is going to make his day much easier. I do a lot for a man. Most men
Mm-hmm.
that I date value me.
Okay.
All,
Well.
all
Hold on.
men
Hold on. Did your child's father get that?
Yes, he did. He got a lot more than that.
And he earned more than the guys I'm talking about, but yet he wasn't good enough for you to marry, but you still made a baby with him.
He had other things going on.
Well, you still made a baby with him.
That wasn't intentional, but yes, I did.
Man, see this.
Well, nice. Now we know the baby wasn't even intentional. Perfect. So now she's on a public platform letting everyone know that she mistakenly had a baby with a loser. Cool. Now we know that you was creeping at night, smashing this man, and you wanted to keep it a secret because he was a loser and he offered something very specific. But you ain't want the rest of him. And then that man got you pregnant. Now you got his DNA being pushed into the next generation. Congratulations. You are the loser.
And this is another issue, especially in our community. Making a baby is much less of a big deal than being a wife. Women put that's
I didn't say
insane
that.
too. And I said in our community. I didn't say you.
Okay.
But and I'm gonna tell you, everything that you just described is very vague. But I will just say this: there are women who are providing what you're providing and more, and they're younger, no children. How do you beat that?
I can't beat no children at all.
Exactly. So
I'm not
if a
asking
man, so if the men that you're looking, the kind of man you're looking for, other women are looking for him too, and it's a competition. And when all those men are chosen, Prince Charming is sitting across from you making $45,000 a year, content. That's Prince Charming, baby.
I don't really know too many men that make that.
Well, we know you're, but the thing is, you can talk. Okay, I'm out of here. Okay, again, this.
I know that they do, but we are in Atlanta.
I know where we are, and it's 17 woman to one. There's a lot of y'all unmarried women here who talk to each other and act like the stuff y'all say matters. When I look on all these black women's ring finger down here, and it's
I understand.
What are your marital prospects?
I have a few guys that are interested
in marrying you.
There's two.
Really?
However, I will say they are so much older than me. Although they do make over 60,
see, listen to how picky we are getting. You got two.
Like 50. I can't.
Excuse me?
I want more kids, and they don't want any more kids. You know,
well,
they just want to take care of me and my son, and I don't. I want to.
This,
you know, I
this
want more
is
kids.
why. This is why the. I'm sorry, man, but I got news for you. You only have a limited amount of options and a limited amount of time. You cannot choose. You do not get to choose like you did when you were 23 at 32 with a baby.
I understand.
I don't think so, but
no, she definitely doesn't. Because even when she does have the opportunity to go ahead and actually get the things that she wants, now the person is too old. She will run out of options very soon. And then as that happens, that's when the blame game comes in.
I don't think they really get it. What it's starting to dawn on me is a lot of women just really truly believe y'all are higher rank than y'all really are.
I just realized that I didn't say that at all, but you do say that a lot in your videos.
Yeah, and you've just proved it. A man who's making $80,000 is a black man who's doing that's in the top 15% of earners, but he wasn't good enough to marry, but he was good enough to reproduce with. Make that make sense. Insane. So this is the danger. When you keep telling women that it's okay, and don't worry about looks and this and that. Don't worry about those things that the men say they value your inner peace and your this and that. The men get to pick, and the men know what they want, and this is what they're saying. That's why you have thousands and thousands of people coming over here day in, day out, week in, week out. You know what I'm saying? Hi, how are you? All right. So first name is
Samaria.
Samaria, what do you got for me on the topic?
Okay. Like I was with you.
Well, first off, how old are you?
Sir?
How old are you? First off.
34.
All right. So you were with me until what?
I was with you, but then I started thinking, how if this high value man is like giving his energy to other women, what does he have left to give to the main check? Like, what does he have
whatever
left?
he chooses. You want the truth? Whatever's left.
Kevin's cooking early.
That's not fair.
I don't give a shit about what's fair. Grow up. Who cares about what's fair? Oh, okay. Then go get a man who's working 8 to 5, and you got to work and pay half the mortgage until you're 65.
Mm-mm.
Well, then you can't. So, see, let me just go ahead and level set this. You're 34. You got any children?
Yes, sir. I have 3 from a prior marriage.
All right. So, you really want to go there? A high value man would expect to be 3 kids?
I know.
Is that fair?
But I mean, I got
No, you don't. No, you didn't answer that question. You just skipped right on past it.
Okay. What the kids got to do with my needs getting met though?
No. Again, you women love to not answer questions and deflect. Can you answer the question? You're 34 with 3 kids. We're talking about high value men.
Yes.
Is it fair to him to have to put 1 dime into your offspring's mouth?
No, not really.
So then, how are you going to? Then you've had 3 human beings come out of you, and you couldn't stay. And you, whatever reason, you're not with the father.
Yes.
So if a man was sufficiently high value and he chose to deal with you, you honestly, in my opinion, man, the way it really should work is you should be so overly grateful that this man decided to pick you out of all of his options that you will be willing to just happy to be there. But see, that's the point.
So should I just get a toy box or something? Like,
well, you can get what you want. See what it is. What you're basically describing is you get what you want, and the man is just supposed to be happy to have you. Why should a man who is earning in the top 10%, 5%, 3%, 1% of all earners settle for being with a woman that has 3 children and she's his only sexual companion? Why should he settle for that?
Oh no, I didn't say that I had to be the only one. I'm just saying he ain't gonna have no energy to give me nothing after he's been with his mistress or something like that. He won't have there'll be nothing left for me.
Well, that's on you. You got to compete with the mistress. You got to do what you got to do to compete with the mistress. That's the truth. See, that's the truth. That's when they don't like. That's the truth. You got to do what you got to do to compete with the mistress.
Okay.
Hey, at least she's of the understanding that coming out here with 3 children, especially looking for a high value man, the chances of him being just loyal to you, highly unlikely. Especially if the child's father is what we will consider lesser than. At least she knows this.
Okay.
Or you could choose not to have a high value man. See, but before you become the wife, don't you have to compete with all the other women?
This is true.
So why do you not have to compete after you're married? See, so many women today, after you get married, let's be honest, you want to quit working. That's when so many women let themselves go. They stop doing all the stuff they used to do. And no, hell no.
I don't want to work, but I ain't about to let myself go though. I want to get my physical needs met too.
It's not okay. What is that? I mean, sexually?
Yes.
This is gonna hurt a lot of women. Your sexual need. This is a modern concept.
Yeah.
If a man is going out and what kind of money would a man need? Are you willing to have any more children?
Yes.
Okay, how many?
As many as my body will allow me to have, or however.
Ballpark
it. Maybe 2 more.
2 more, so that'd be 5 children. How much money would a man need to make to fund 5 children and keep a wife? How much money would a man need to make to maintain a middle class, upper middle class lifestyle? Ballpark. Annually, how much you need to make?
Dang. That sounds more like along the lines about 400, 500,000.
Yeah, and that's the top 3% or 1% of men.
That includes geeks, white men, Asian men.
Did you just say
Man,
geeks? Did you just say geeks?
I said geeks.
Did you look? I mean,
Millennials.
listen to how you just insulted the men who you'd be lucky to sniff their sack. Listen how you just described them. See, we're used to that. We're used to women. No offense, ma'am. Were you married to your children's father? You said yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But how you gonna have the nerve to come in and call a man who's $500,000 a geek?
Them typically be the ones that be up there, though.
Doesn't matter. You making $500,000 a year. You can have any name you want for it. This man is making money and producing in the world. Talking about some nerds and geeks. A nerd and geek wouldn't even look her way having 3 children. He's not going to look her way. Because if that man's a nerd or a geek, he has to have some type of common sense, right? Especially making $500,000 a year. Why would he then pick her? See, the joke's on you.
Well, let's go there then. Let's go there because I advocate for men. Why should a man who's made himself up there want a woman with 3 children?
Because I got a great personality.
Really? You just called them these people geeks.
What's wrong with a geek?
That's something we say. So that's a compliment?
Well, nerds.
Well, that's a compliment too?
No, I mean.
Okay.
Insult,
so can we not play? That's an insult. Where I'm from, that's an insult. Calling somebody a geek or a nerd, you use it in a pejorative way.
Mm-hmm.
See, people don't like me and my show because I just allow women to say what you really think about men. And you don't sound like you have a lot of respect for men.
Well, I've never had that said to me before.
Well, you have. See, it's always assumed that it's the men who are the problems in a relationship. Why aren't you with your ex?
Well, I came on here before. We just weren't healthy together.
Okay. Well, and let's get on to the other parts of it. I mean, you're already on camera. How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Dress size?
6.
Okay. So, and you're 34, did you say?
Yes, sir.
So the likelihood of a 34-year-old woman with 3 kids getting a husband making $500,000 is negligible. So due respect, you talking about, well, why should I have to do all this other stuff when if you even had the opportunity to get a man like this, why you should just be happy that he picked you. But that is how entitled so many women have become, to where not only should he pick you and be responsible financially for another man's children, and then have to split the resources that he would have from his 2 children with you with 3 children from somebody else. He has to sexually satisfy you too after he's working these 12, 14-hour days.
But I want to sexually satisfy him too, though.
Ma'am, like, you don't seem to understand men. When you're working as much,
yes.
When a man is working as much as that, what do you? How long does it take you? How long do you expect to make these lovemaking sessions? Just
20 minutes.
That's 5 minutes. 15 minutes too long for a man making that kind of money. 20 minutes. When a man who's making $500,000 a year, that's 250. How much money is that an hour? So let's do the math, folks. Let's do the math. I mean, she's being a good sport. Let's do the math. Let's do the math. That's $250 an hour. $250 an hour is $500,000 a year. So you divide that by 4. So basically, ma'am, Not even 4. It's basically you're looking at $250, $240, $80, $85. That's $85 worth of sex. His time is $250 an hour. So if he's giving you 20 minutes, what's he getting back? See, how it used to work, man, honestly, how it used to work is when a man will go out and kill and bring back meat, whatever, you would pleasure him. Your pleasure is variable. Due respect, the female orgasm is not required for human reproduction.
This is true.
So what this conversation has shown is modern women are so detached from who men are that with a straight face, you could say, well, he wouldn't have enough left to satisfy my needs, when you should just be happy that a man who's making $500,000 would even think about marrying and facilitating a life with you and your 3 kids and moving on down the path.
Exactly. Because a lot of these women, technically, they don't really care about what that man has to do or go through. They just want the results. They don't really care about what he wants. They just care about the results. A man making $500,000 a year, taking care of 3 of your children and you, and then you believe that he has to be something, what, more than that? Insane.
This is why it seems almost impossible to make modern women happy these days. You're completely unreasonable. That doesn't seem unreasonable to you, but it's extremely unreasonable.
So a woman needs to, sir?
I was telling Alicia she's next. So a woman needs to what?
So does a woman need to sacrifice her emotional needs for material gains? Because at the end of the day, if something was to happen where he can't go out and work anymore,
okay, a woman or you? We're talking about a very high earning man.
Mm-hmm.
Your emotional needs are irrelevant to this situation. Because, ma'am, who comes first in a relationship?
Like as far as like ranking goes?
Yes.
Well, of course, if it's going according to ranks, then we're going to have to go with the husband, then the wife, then the children.
I don't believe that you honestly believe that.
The reason why I said that is because, like I said, I was married for 13 years and he was the main provider in the home. And if he is unable to provide, then it'll affect everyone else.
Okay, that was him. I'm talking about a man who's making the kind of money you're talking about making. He's providing with or without you. So you ladies, women like yourself like to come and make these disaster scenarios. Well, what happens if he does it? Well, what happens if he earns more money? See, a man, you are really not set out. You're not talking like you're supposed to be a helpmeet to a man. It's almost like you think you and men are equal and you're supposed to be partners. And that's fine, but you don't need to be trying to deal with men who are high value. That's not how they're set up. You need to go on out and get you somebody who's working at the post office. No disrespect, y'all know what I mean. The average black man in this country earns around $42,000 a year. Go get one of those guys.
No.
Why not? Why not?
My ex-husband didn't even. My ex-husband made about $80,000.
So, if he can take, okay, why does he need to make? Okay, this is about to get tight, ma'am.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a case manager, and I'm a student.
A what?
A student.
A student?
Yes.
And you?
Sir?
Did you grow up with money?
I didn't grow up with money, but I didn't grow up wanting or needing anything.
Well, I said he's middle class. He's a man can take. See what I'm saying? What I mean is, you're a 34-year-old woman. And you just dismissed half a black man on financial terms. Well, that's fine, ma'am. You can do that. Then men should be able to dismiss you on physical terms, on children's terms, on anything else as shallow as what you just did. Men should be able to do the same thing.
But they do though.
Exactly. So, but the thing is, when women do it, it's okay. But when men do it, it's negative. And the thing is, man, the kind of man you're talking, if you want a man who's earning 6 figures plus, because that sounds kind of like what you're talking about.
Yes.
Do these men typically want a woman with 3 children?
Probably not.
No. And how much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
150.
Arguably, you could stand to lose some weight, and you have tattoos all over the place too, ma'am. These men want something for their They want something. Your asking price is too high. You can want it, but it's an unrealistic asking price based just upon the market that you know and I know. I get to be painted as the asshole for saying that. But no one talks about how delusional you ladies sound when you honestly sit back and call a man who's a geek or a nerd or this or that. It's like, well,
a lot of those geeks and nerds, they don't have it. They don't have social emotional connection. They don't know how to connect to anyone.
Sounds like, ma'am, I want you to re-listen to this broadcast, and I want you to turn that question on to you. Because that's the way you're talking about them. You don't know how to talk to them. See, we're always so used to you ladies critiquing what the men are deficient at, and instead of looking at your deficiencies in this interaction.
Yes.
You've had an opportunity to put your best foot forward and show why somebody may want to consider a woman with 3 children, especially if a man's earning the kind of stuff. And I don't think you've made a good case for that. Matter of fact, you've kind of proven that you sound rather entitled.
Well, I wasn't trying to prove a case. I'm not on here trying to sell myself.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're trying to sell yourself or not. What I'm saying is what came out is the truth. How you really think about men.
That they're geeks and nerds?
No, that you don't come across as a woman who has a tremendous respect for men, period.
How did you get that?
All right. Okay. I don't want to do this anymore. I do this every day, and you've been on my show before. Now you're questioning how I did what I did because, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, man.
High value is not an issue. It's not really an issue for most women. So let's just be honest.
And that's going to be the ending of the video. There's so many things I could even dive into, but I'll just highlight these points. This woman is coming into the situation, 3 children from a man that was making $80,000 a year. And then now going out there older with 3 children, she's now demanding the next guy make over 6 figures. But then when she got into what she really wanted, she wanted a man making $500,000 a year. So men, I posed the question, or women, I posed the question. If someone came to you with 3 children and that person they procreated with only made $80,000, are they now entitled to a $500,000 person? Leave it in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Turn on post notifications so you will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.